Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. I'm in the park and I'm making a video. I'm trying to fucking become full-time in YouTube. That's right, full-time in YouTube. And today I wanted to talk about, I was talking to my good mate Brian the other day, and you know, it's quite interesting. Wristwatches are a very fucking special thing. And just before you ask there, I've got three other fuckers on. I've got my Reverso, which is, you know, that's the one I like to fiddle with. I got my annual on one wrist, and I got the Calatrava on the other. And, you know, I just wanted to have a talk to you about, Brian said something really interesting. He said, you know something, Archie? There aren't many things that we own in our life which we have for many, many years, decades. And let's think about it. What small possessions do we own? Like our furniture, it's all fucking chipboard and, you know, compressed fibre, it's all shit. You know, give it 20 years, you throw the shit out. You look at your clothing. How long do you keep your clothes for? Well, it's like Archie's Zegna tie. It's out of fucking date. That paisley colour, man, is that 90s. I mean, you know, you can bring it out for a fucking special. That's about it, you know. So, you know, you don't really keep clothes for that long. And Archie's Zegna suit, he doesn't fucking fit. He's about fucking 40 kilos overweight. I mean, how the fuck's he going to fit into that thing? And I mean, you think about what things do you own that you keep for 10, 20 years? How many things in your life are older than 20 years? And that's a very interesting equation. Like, I look at the stuff in my house, and my home, the home that Archibald Luxury lives in, is actually his house he was raised as a kid. So all the walls, they've been repainted, they've been patched up because they're fucking gyprock and that there. So, you know, that there's no real attachment to that. Archie actually spent a couple grand replacing every light fitting, every switch in the house for new modern ones. The furniture, well, most of the old furniture, the couch was thrown out years ago. The dining room, he gave that to the salvos. How many pieces of furniture has he got? Well, most of the cutlery, okay, there's a little bit of vintage cutlery that Archie bought, but that was only 10 years ago, under 10 years ago. So how many things have we got in our life that are really quite old? And a wristwatch or jewelry is sort of the only thing that we have that we pass on. And, you know, I got to be honest with you there. I mean, what a cool thing to have. Wristwatches are something you can have for years. They last and last and last. And let's think about it. Our homes, we normally sell them every 7 years. Our cars, we replace them every 5 to 10 years. Our wife, we replace, you know, sort of once every 10 years, you get a new one in. Okay, there's the kids, but they're a liability. They're not really an asset. And, you know, what material, the furniture, it doesn't last long. It's all fucking chipboard and, you know, compressed fibres and shit. It's nothing really quality. Okay, some antiques, you might keep them a bit longer. Refrigerator, washing machine, that all lasts, you know, under 10 years. You throw it out. Curbside collection. Clothes, well, man, you can keep them for 20 years, but they're not going to fit. So wristwatches are one thing which you can have, which you can actually pass on. And they are such a cool thing to have. They are so, so cool. And I gotta say, you know, it's an interesting thing. How many things do you have in your home which stand the test of time? And a wristwatch, a luxury wristwatch. You know, can you imagine handing on a Patek and then your grandchildren, oh, this was my grandfather's watch, he had a Patek. How snooty is that? Start your own legacy. And, I mean, having a Patek Philippe, what a cool fucking brand. It's got all the aspirational things that I love. And you think about it, you know, a wristwatch is one of the only assets a man could have which he passes on. And it's a very special thing. Like even if you had a classic car, say you had a Dino Ferrari, a 246. Well, you've got to insure it, you've got to store it, you've got to service it, otherwise it's fucked. Whereas a wristwatch, it doesn't have the storing issues, doesn't have insurance, registration. It's so portable. If the bitch leaves you, you can piss off with it in your pocket. You know, it's so fucking handy. And I mean, you think about it, how many things do we own which are so, you know, have such a long life? And let's think about it. Even a jumbo jet, a 747, it's got a commercial life of 20 to 30 years. A super tanker, you know, a big oil ship, they got a life of about 30 years. A cruise ship, what? The QE2, that's one that's outlived its use-by date because of the Queen. But most cruise ships, you know, they have a life of about 20, 30 years. Cars, how long does a car really last? Even a classic car, say you buy a Benz. Well, none of these new Benzes are going to be worth anything in 20 years' time. All the fucking electronics will be rooted in them. But even a vintage car, they don't last forever. And this is the exciting thing. A wristwatch is something which you can have, you can savour, and it really, it's something you can pass on. There aren't many things in our life which are so portable, so small, but so intrinsic and beautiful. And you know, I think wristwatches themselves are probably the ultimate piece of jewellery, ultimate possession for a man to have. And they're just beautiful. You can have some beautiful things on your deathbed, right? You won't even make it down to the garage, but you can look at your watch. And they're just so cool. And I love hoarding and possessing material goods. I mean, that's who I am. I'm materialistic. I make no bones about it. I prefer material possessions to people. And there's nothing more I love than embracing materialism and, you know, rubbing them and smelling them and being with them. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you think.